Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We're at the O2 Intercontinental Hotel. I'm joined by manager to the Stars, Mr. Sam Jones. How are you, mate?
Hello, Kugan. How are you? Interviewer to the Stars, but not me.
No problem. We can actually address the wonderful painting that is by Killian Art. Everyone knows Killian. Fantastic image of Joe Joyce and Chisora there. Have you had a painting done from Killian?
Of me?
Yeah.
No, don't be stupid. He's done loads of Joe, though. I remember when I was... he does them all. He does a Taylor Catchall. Like, he's amazing, isn't he? Amazing at what he does.
Absolutely. Let's talk about... Is it Prince? Adam Hamed?
Yes.
In his second fight.
Yes.
What sort of tests are we going to expect to see from Adam and obviously the opponent this week? How's he going to test him?
He's fighting against a very tough man, a very durable man. So it's going to give him something else to think about. But now it's all about getting Adam active. He's had an inactive year, but all he's done in that time is learn. So you're going to see the results on Saturday. I'm very confident of a very good performance from Adam on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that obviously from the debut to now has been a significant time period.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a big gap, but he's more than ready to go in there and do a job. He's been learning. He's got great fighters around him. He's got a great coaching setup, and you're going to see what he's all about on Saturday.
How much of that father pressure is relieved at the moment, because the debut's out the way now, but there's still that element of people watching him because he's now his son?
I said to Adam yesterday, I said it on TalkSport, Adam can go in there against this tough fella and knock him out in one round, and they will say he's not like his dad, he's not going anywhere. This is the world we live in, the social media world we live in. There's a lot of negativity. Adam's on his own path, but let me tell you, Adam can really, really fight Kugan. And if he keeps listening, he keeps developing at the rapid pace he's doing, he's going to do seriously well in this sport.
I suppose it's fair to say if you do half of what his dad does, then that's, yeah.
You do anything, listen, like what his dad said, right? Who's going to be as good as his dad? The answer to that is nobody. So never mind his son, but let's back Adam and let's support him. It's his second fight. He's not boxed in a year. Let's get behind him. He'll be opening up the TV broadcast and expect flair, power, speed, accuracy.
Can't wait to see it. Let's talk about the main event.
Yes.
Obviously someone you know very well in Joe Joyce taking on Derek Chisora. I mean, I don't really know how this fight plays out. It's quite difficult to actually see how this goes.
To be honest with you, they're both two of the toughest men in British boxing. Really are. I mean, Derek, you know what Derek brings, don't you? You know what he is. Like, you literally can read. It's like reading instructions, reading ingredients on a tin, and that's exactly what you're going to get with Derek. With Joe, you know what you're going to get with Joe. It's going to be two buses colliding in the centre of the ring. I think it's going to be an hard watch at times, with the sense of it's going to be like there's going to be a lot of leather landed on each other's heads. I just hope, genuinely, and I mean this, I said it before, that both of them get out the ring and they have a cheeseburger together afterwards and they're both okay, because it's styles of fighting. They're both very late on in their careers. I just hope they're both nice and healthy after the fight.
I know a lot has been made about where the loser goes, and I think the perception is... I know, Derek said he's going to fight either way, but what happens to the winner? How does that kind of move them towards what they want to do?
I don't know, listen. No matter what anybody says, the fights took a lot of criticism, but it's a big profile fight. Derek Chisora against Joe Joyce at the O2 is a big fight for British boxing. We're not seeing many heavyweight fights at the moment, so let's be grateful we're getting two absolute warriors fighting on Saturday night together. I do favour Joe. I think that Joe's jab's going to be the key to the fight. And like I say, I think the fight's going to go long, and I think it's going to be a tough night for both, but I expect Joe to come through it.
Less than a month away from a huge clash between you and Evan Toblin's. Survived that day, didn't you?
Yeah. Evans, no, he's a good lad. It's a great fight between Jack and Regis. Just over a month now, so really looking forward to the fight.
Absolutely, and the card's stacking up now. Obviously, Johnny Fisher's on the card now, and that card's kind of taking shape at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really good. We've got Johnny Fisher on the show. Rhiannon Dixon's fighting against Terry Harper. Really, really good fight there. Pat McCormack's just been added to the card. Yeah, solid card.
Absolutely. And also, we're not that far away, a couple of months away, less than a couple of months away from that huge clash between AJ and Dubois at Wembley, September 21st. Are people being too dismissive of Dubois, in your opinion?
I don't know why. I mean, I was dismissive of him against Hrgovic, but you can't ignore what he's done and the run he's on now, Daniel Dubois, because his coaching team have got to take a lot of credit because, like what I always said, with Daniel Dubois, it's nothing to do with his chin. It's nothing to do with anything. It's to do with him between the ears, his mind. And it looks like they've got his mind right. So now he's got his mind right. Daniel's a live dog against anybody in the heavyweight division. I make AJ the favourite, but I don't believe it's a one-sided fight at all. I think Daniel Dubois will have his moments in there because Don Charles will say to Daniel, go in there and let your hands go. Because if Daniel Dubois lands on Anthony Joshua, he could do AJ, but vice versa, if Dubois takes the shots he took against Hrgovic, against AJ, it's going to be curtains. So it's going to be an amazing fight. I think it's a 6-round fight, Kugan.
Yeah, that's like Tony Bellew said to me last week. He said if Dubois to take the volume of punches he took from Hrgovic with someone like Anthony Joshua, it could be a different story.
Yeah, it's a big trouble because Anthony Joshua, we know he's a concussive puncher, but so is Daniel Dubois. So when you've got two very big men in there, swinging lever at each other, aggressively fighting each other, it's going to go early, isn't it? The fight's never going to points. I would put like my house on it. It's not going to points.
As we understand, just moving on from that, Canelo will not be fighting Aj-Dubois next.
I didn't believe that fight was ever going to happen in a million years. I just did. As soon as I saw that, same as when, do you remember when it said Eubank's fighting Crawford? Not happening. Canelo, not happening. He's going to fight Berlanga. It's a bigger fight commercially, and that's what's going to happen. We want to see Eubank against Ben. That's what we want to see. I know all these people on here going, oh, what's he talking about? Don't tell me you wouldn't watch Eubank against Ben if that fight happens at the end of this year.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, I mean, when you look at if you look at Eubank would have been the 9th Brit that Canelo would have faced, yeah? Where does Eubank, no, I'm asking seriously, out of all the Brits, we're just talking about this.
It's a one-sided massacre, isn't it? In my opinion, it's a one-sided beating.
Who did you say before, any of those Brits, who would you have said that you were optimistic that this person could potentially beat Canelo?
Billy Joe Saunders. He's the
I
only
agree.
one. He's the only one I've ever thought to go in a Brit to go.
Callum Smith. Maybe, yeah.
But the only reason why I thought Callum might struggle against Canelo is because Callum was growing out of the weight. He's massive super middleweight, but I gave Callum a chance, but I favoured Billy Joe the strongest against Canelo.
Did you see Amir Khan's comments about Carl Froch?
Yeah. Listen, they're all legends of the sport. Like, I don't know why they're all like arguing amongst each other. Like, I think AJ and Froch are all friends again, which is good news. So yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't want to get on the wrong side of Carl Froch because he'll just rip you a new one, won't he? But he's also hilarious, isn't he, Froch? Says exactly what he thinks, doesn't he?
Clickbait Carl, they're calling him now.
Clickbait Carl, no. I don't know, mate. It's Carl's Carl, isn't he? So he's got that dry East Midlands banter, hasn't he?
All right, Sam, listen, I think the press conference is going to start in due course, so thank you very much for your time. Have you got anything else you'd like to say? No,
tune in, TNT Sports on Saturday night. Adam Hamed's opening up the show. He's going to put on an electric performance and, watch the whole show. It's a fantastic card. Joyce against Chisora, two heavyweights exchanging leather at the O2 Arena.
Sam, thank you very much.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.